So we haven't talked about Adam Nagaitis, if I'm saying that right. He's basically, he pops up in a lot of stuff, but he's not necessarily that well known. But he's great. I mean, I remember him, of course, from The Terror. That's probably the first time that I became aware of him playing, is it Cornelius Hickey? And he's been in a few TV shows like The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, Chernobyl and stuff. Tell me how you found him. Was he somebody that you knew already?
I knew him for The Terror and Chernobyl as well. But to be honest, it was Remate, the composer, the one that sent me a picture because we were struggling. We were looking for different characters. We tried different actors and they passed, like many, many actors. I'm not going to say their names. And then Remate sent me the picture of Adam. And I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. And then it was easy. We just sent him the script. I had a call and we connected so great. And I just want to work with him forever. He's an amazing actor. He's so beautiful. What he does is so subtle. And I remember the first time we spoke, I was going to start with my boring background character profile stuff. And he said, don't tell me anything. I'm going to show you Ryan. I'm going to show you my Ryan, the one I have in mind. And then we can talk from there. But it is true. That scene we just saw before when they are having lunch, it was the first day of shooting of Adam. And he just became Ryan.
Of course, I'm loving this with these two, English guys showing how it's done,
Yeah.
Makes you want to stand up and salute, But Adam is great. And he's sort of deceptive. I can just feel that there's like so many actors could have fit into that role that none of them could have done what he does from the jump. He just does something different and unexpected in every scene that he's in.
Yes, and he looks dangerous, but he looks fragile, and you want to hack him, but you're afraid of him. That's really difficult.
And it's funny that you say unexpected because he was the most consistent actors I have worked with. He hitting every single mark, and also the dialogue. It was basically the same with subtleties, but I remember that every time he was there, he was a joy to work with.
Well, that speaks to preparation as much as anything else, doesn't it? He's prepped to know what to do. It doesn't mean he can't be spontaneous, but he knows what he wants to do there, in each scene, in each line, in each beat. He hears the music of it.
I mean, there are a couple of lines in the film that he just threw there, like they were not in the script, that are so good. Like we will see it later, but when he says to Wilson, "Think of me as the wind beneath your wings."
Just think of me as the wind beneath your wings.
That's and then the DVD region thing when he's talking with his mom is like, come on, how you can come up with that? That's brilliant.
And yes. Adam was available, and look at what he added to the stew.
Yeah.
Just because he happened to be on between TV shows, he could have been gone for months doing a miniseries or whatever. But
how Ryan understands the mojo, but it is not improvised at all because it's all scripted. But since we had to do it in this one shot with the Steadicam, like every take probably was different, and every time Adam was trying something different.
Yeah, and this was shocking because for the first time we saw Adam like really, really angry, and I was like, "What is this guy doing?" He was great.
Yeah, it's like everybody's been kind of like pretending to be nice and all of that stuff, and now you really get the sense of his, the menace that he has. It's got a little of that.
And you know what? Like the scene also. It was written in a different way in the script. It was beautifully written in the script. But when you have to confront them to do a scene like that in a couple of hours or less, because you wanted to get that right light at the right time and the right place. Then you have to rethink about the scene, and then we talk with the actors, and they organically found this way of doing it, that it's simpler, but it captures what you need to capture, in a really emotional way. And here is so creepy and scary how Ryan shows up.
Yeah, usually you rack focus to him, and
the way you did with to Ian a minute ago, as you sort of, as he's sitting behind her, you kind of rack focus to sharpen him, don't you?
It's scarier this way, I think.
Actually, some of the blood that Ian got in his face was the actual blood from the squib, so we kept it.
So real splatter or spatter or whatever they.
Yes, and then of course we kept it as continuity-wise along the film. I mean, it's nice that at least the ending also we tried to do it chronologically, so we didn't struggle with plots, little drops in his face. Adam doing this thing again that he is improvising. I mean, not improvising, it's just on his own, the way he taps on his shoulder and what he's saying to his mom, it's just his stuff, and he makes him so cruel, but it's funny at the same time. Yeah, you don't want to see Wilson dying. You don't want to see. We didn't even want to show, and this was Ian's idea, Adam's bloody corpse. We avoided to see the blood. We avoided to see him killing him, because we had enough with Gloria dying. That's too much. That's too violent, too sad, and it's what really makes Wilson think about how crazy, how mad everything was, how his life was completely, and what he did with Ryan. Like, Ryan became the monster he used to be. So it was enough blood and enough dying from that moment till the end.
Did you shoot it though?
Him dying, Ryan?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
No.